Hello and welcome to In-Depth, live from the British High Commission in Cameroon's political capital, Yaoundé. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II is now the longest-serving monarch in British history. Celebrations to mark her 70th anniversary on the throne has effectively begun out there in the United Kingdom. After joining royal workers to witness the royal arrows fly past, Queen Elizabeth II has led the lighting of the Jubilee beacon at the Windsor Castle. In this edition of the program, we examine the impact of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of Queen Elizabeth II in the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, as well as the global community. My guest is the resident of this house, the British High Commissioner to Cameroon, His Excellency Dr. Christian Denis McClure. Stay with us. Your Excellency, Christian Denis McClure, thank you for talking to us and welcome to the program.
Thank you for joining me today.
Celebrations to mark the 70th anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's accession to the throne in the UK has already begun out there in the United Kingdom. You have been watching it from Cameroon. What appraisal do you make of it?
Well, it's an amazing moment, an amazing period for us to celebrate the Jubilee, the reign of Her Majesty over the last 70 years, and it kicked off in the UK with the Trooping of the Colour, which is what we call a military parade in honour of the Queen in London yesterday.
Now, Your Excellency, what significance does this celebration hold for the people of the United Kingdom and across the Commonwealth?
Well, the Queen, as you say, is not just the head of state of the United Kingdom, which obviously makes this a special and unique Jubilee for us, the 70th Jubilee, but she is also the head of the Commonwealth. And across the 54 members of the Commonwealth, including here in Cameroon, there are celebrations to mark the Jubilee.
Now, is there a special message from the Queen to the UK and Commonwealth member countries on this particular occasion?
Well, I think the message from the Queen, as she said yesterday, is that as she looks back on 70 years of service, she is both incredibly grateful for the opportunities and for the potential that she has been able to achieve and deliver over the last 70 years, both as head of state and head of the Commonwealth. And it is a moment to reflect on all of those achievements, but also to look forward with enthusiasm.
Your Majesty, the Commonwealth of Nations globe.
All right, now looking at the Queen, her reign has spanned the last 7 years. Of course, the United Kingdom must have gone through many challenges. How will you describe the Queen in her style of administration, and what is that secret that has kept her very relevant?
So her style of leadership is really encapsulated by the idea of being dedicated to service. She has served the people of the United Kingdom, and she has served as the head of the Commonwealth for a long time now, and that has been an emblematic effort it has enabled both the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth members to pursue the shared values that we have.
All right, the celebrations, like you mentioned, is taking place across Commonwealth countries, and Cameroon is also part of it. What has been lined up for Cameroon so far?
Well, here in Cameroon, I was fortunate enough to join the Minister of External Relations, Mbella, in the lighting of the beacon here in Cameroon. There was also a celebration in Bamenda yesterday. The lighting of the beacon was replicated across all 54 members of the Commonwealth and across the United Kingdom as a sign of respect and honour for the Queen in reaching this magnificent milestone, the 70th Jubilee. And tonight here in Yaoundé, we, the British High Commission, are throwing our annual Queen's Birthday party, but it is a special party this year, celebrating the Jubilee.
All right, so what should we be expecting from the party?
Well, I hope we will be able to showcase some of the best of British culture in music, the best of British food, served by our wonderful kitchens, and I hope that it will be a reflection of the breadth of our relationship here in Cameroon.
Now, and talking about the breadth of the relationship with Cameroon, do you believe that this Platinum Jubilee could be a positive step towards consolidating the ties for which you are here in Cameroon to do?
Well, yes, I think that is true. I think the celebrations relating to the Commonwealth, which have run really throughout the last 3 or 4 months and will continue through to the rest of this year, including, the annual celebration of the Commonwealth Day here in Cameroon, where the Commonwealth Secretariat came to visit to engage and talk about countering violent extremism, from the Commonwealth scholarships and the Commonwealth Points of Light Awards, including Xaviera Kourou, who is a young Cameroonian engineer specializing in robotics, through to the lighting of the beacon, which I described yesterday, and then the Commonwealth Heads of Mission Summit in Kigali, which is in 2 weeks. We, the UK, are handing over as Commonwealth Chair in Office, and we're handing over to Rwanda to lead the Commonwealth through the next 2 years. And then next month, Birmingham, England's second city, will be welcoming athletes from across the Commonwealth, including Cameroon, to compete under their flags in a global sporting spectacle. So I think that range and that depth of engagement are attributes which contribute significantly to our bilateral relationship with Cameroon.
All right, now you just spoke a moment ago about the Commonwealth Summit that will be coming up. What should we be expecting? We know that it is coming at a time when the world is facing global challenges. There's the economic downturn, the war in Ukraine, which has affected various sectors. COVID-19 is still there. What are some of the hot files which delegates and member countries will be looking into?
Well, the Commonwealth, first and foremost, is an organization of equals. Across the 54 members, every state has an equal voice, and it is an opportunity for heads of government to discuss, to debate, and to root their responses in their shared values. And those shared values are around protection of human rights, democracy, sustainable development, and particularly now climate change and environmental protection. And I think over the years we've seen the Commonwealth agenda change and evolve in light of global challenges. And as you say, there have been many challenges that have presented themselves this year, not least the war in Ukraine and the Russian invasion there. I think it will be a topic on the minds of all heads of government who are attending, and they will be grappling with the best way to use the Commonwealth platform to respond to those challenges.
All right, Your Excellency, you were appointed in March last year, 2021, and you effectively took office in April last year. We are close to 1 year and 1 month into your mandate as British High Commissioner in Cameroon. What appraisal do you make?
Well, I've been in Cameroon for a bit over a year now. We've had some really notable successes. the signing and exchange of the Economic Partnership Agreement, the appointment of Sir Geoffrey Donaldson MP as the Prime Minister's Trade Envoy to Cameroon, who visited here in February to coincide with Promote. The really strong engagement from Cameroon at COP26 and the strong delegation they sent and the strong commitments they made, which were reciprocated by other partners and donors who are looking to support the Congo Basin with $1.5 billion worth of financing to protect the forests over the next 10 years. But it's also been an opportunity for me to explore, to visit various parts of the country, to see some of the difficult challenges that face Cameroon, either up in the far north, in the northwest and southwest, where we continue to provide humanitarian aid and to support in the extreme north stabilisation activities. But beyond that, it's also been an opportunity to meet Cameroonians from all walks of life. Yesterday I had the pleasure of meeting the choir from the University of Veuillez. I've had the opportunity to meet many entrepreneurs and many, as I mentioned before, Cameroonian Commonwealth points of light who are really pushing the boundaries of what is possible here in Cameroon and to really get under the skin of Cameroon. And also it's been an opportunity for me to experience and taste some of the food around the country, some kati kati, some achu, obviously some gambas. And it's been a real pleasure both to experience all of that, but also to work on them more seriously.
Yeah, now in your various missions and activities, what has really struck you about Cameroon as a country?
So I think there are two things that have struck me. I mean, people often talk about Cameroon as being Africa in miniature, and the diversity across the country is ginormous. And that richness and that variety is a real strength of the country. It also poses some quite significant challenges in helping to make sure that services and provision for the different communities and the different regions and the different geographies and the different topographies that they live in are appropriate for the conditions they live in. That is not a simple task for any administration. I think the other thing that has been impressed upon me over the last year is the sheer amount of potential within Cameroon amongst its population, amongst its people, particularly young people who are striving to improve themselves in Cameroon.
All right, Your Excellency, since you came, you have always called for dialogue as a means to solve the crisis in the northwest and southwest regions, as well as the situation in the far north with Boko Haram. Do you think that the government of Cameroon has been paying attention to what you have been saying so far?
Well, I'm not going to get into the details of what I talked to the government of Cameroon about privately, but I think it is clear that dialogue is necessary, particularly in the context of the northwest and southwest, in order to be able to address the conflict. And obviously we continue to encourage all avenues for dialogue that may be fruitful.
All right, Your Excellency, the Platinum Jubilee is on. How is the UK looking forward from here?
So from here, the UK in Cameroon is looking forward to continuing to pursue the breadth of our relationship, whether that be regarding trade, pursuing climate and protection of biodiversity, tackling the challenges that exist in Cameroon with the conflicts, and to supporting aspects like media freedom.
We wish the Queen much health, much happiness, many, many, many grandkids, and you know, so that's what we can wish the Queen. Yeah.
Your Excellency, since you came to Cameroon, there's something which has struck myself and most other Cameroonians. Is you tweeting in Pidgin. Is that your diplomatic touch?
I'm not sure it's my diplomatic touch. I think it's a reflection of the fact that as a diplomat, it's important to listen to people, to engage with people, to hear what they really think. And sometimes talking or engaging in Pidgin is a way of just getting under the skin, getting to understand a little bit better what Cameroonians think and feel. It helps me understand, I hope, Cameroon better. But it is also a way of reaching out to people and saying that we recognize some of the issues and challenges and opportunities that people want to pursue.
A big man for United Kingdom, for Cameroon. We thank you very much for talking to us. But before we go want to make you talk for Cameroonians, for the language, with the better understanding of Pidgin language. Which better message you get for tell them now?
Thank you. I talk small Pidgin. Queen Eliza don't reign fine for 70 years. I don't wish you a happy Jubilee.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Christian Dennis Maclew, for talking to Dash News.
Thank you very much.
And to you, televiewers, it was a big pleasure having you in this edition of the program. Until next time, bye-bye.